It's Monday the 23rd of July and here I am at Aberdaron. I've skipped today from Tai Hen to Aberdaron until Wednesday when my good friend Ray is coming down from the Wirral, and I'll say on record before I go any further, what a man. He's a fantastic bloke, and he's driving 100 miles from his house in Wirral, setting off at 5:30 to get here for 8 o'clock to join me on the walk from Tai Hen, where I stayed last night, to here, and that is absolutely amazing. That's fantastic. This is a friend that I only met 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he's going to help me out with the logistics, because that is without a doubt the most difficult part to manage. So therefore we're going to do the walk from Tai Hen to here, to Aberdaron, on Wednesday when he comes through. So I'm skipping a day and doing Aberdaron to Abersoch, and then on Tuesday I'll do Abersoch to Pwllheli, and then drive over and meet Ray for the following morning. And it'll be an early morning start at 8 o'clock. Yesterday I did absolutely nothing. I was very tired after the ordeal, if you could call it an ordeal, the getting back to my van at 10 o'clock on the night. I was really tired. My body said don't do it, and there was another reason as well. Being a Sunday, it was impossible to get a bus. It would have been packed out yesterday because it was such a lovely day in Abersoch and further up the coast, and so I decided to just do the edit of day 102, which I put on last night, and just take it easy for the day, and I'm very glad that I did. I think they say your body tells you that you're tired. Well, my eyes were telling me that I was tired, and I got caught up with my sleep. I feel much better again this morning and ready to rock. The only problem is, as you can see, it's very, very misty, and I'm sure it's going to lift soon. It's not warm, and I'm wearing my hat and coat this morning. I bring some waterproofs with me, and it is going to warm up, I'm quite sure, but it might take a couple of hours to see the sun again. So let's go. It's 11 o'clock now, and I'm still walking away from Aberdaron. I've seen a couple of coastal path signs off to my right, but seeing as the visibility is not that good, I'm going to stick with the main road and hope that the mist sort of lifts. It only comes back onto this road in about another sort of mile, so I wouldn't be gaining a lot by going along the path, and it's almost like a circle, and I'm going round the top of the circle, and the coastal path goes round the bottom, but they both meet in the same place, and it doesn't seem to be anything that I'm going to miss anything looking at the map. And you can't see anything at all to the right hand side, to my right, to the coast. It's just thick mist. Bit unfortunate really, but these things happen. But I did want to make an early start today, and after my walk on Saturday, where I got off to a late start, and which meant that I didn't stop walking until 10 o'clock. So today I'm hoping that this is all going to be over by about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock maybe. It's about a 15-mile walk. I'm just taking it easy today, there's no rush. And then I'm going to drive over to Pwllheli and find a place to park up for the night over there, or a campsite. And then tomorrow I can just get a bus back from Pwllheli to Abersoch, which should be relatively easy. The thought occurred to me yesterday that once I get to the west of Pwllheli, where I'll be able to see the Cardigan Bay, there's a main road that runs all the way down the coast, and buses and transportation is going to be an awful lot easier than it has been since I left North Wales, because it wasn't easy when I walked around Anglesey. Parts of it were well served by buses, but parts of it weren't. But I'm quite sure that my walk all the way down to Aberystwyth and beyond will be supported by a good bus route and a regular bus service on the main road, especially in the height of the summer. So I'm looking forward to not have these logistical problems that I've had probably over the last 3 weeks really, which, as I said before once or twice, kind of wears you out, all the planning and the bus timetables and walking to bus stops, and it is hard work. So I'm just plodding along this road until the weather clears a little bit, get some miles in. I don't think we're missing much in terms of video work, but I'm sure that as the morning progresses, so it's 11 o'clock now, we might see the sun by early afternoon with a bit of luck. It's 11:30 now, and things are not improving at all. In fact, the fog, I would suggest, is thickening up a little bit, and it's starting to drizzle, rain kind of thing. And on my glasses I have to keep cleaning them as I'm walking along, because I'm heading into the slight breeze that there is, and it's not very nice at all. It's very disappointing. I'm sorry, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I'll just keep on going, and I'm going to keep off the coastal path until I get past the next place of any size, which I think is pronounced Rhiw. I think it's spelled R-H-I-W, so I might be something like right. So the ground will be absolutely soaking wet, because I haven't been off the road particularly, but you can tell. And it's a little bit dangerous on these coastal paths, but it could be a lot worse, Right, well, I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble in a kind of a way. I've come off the road now, and this is probably going to be quicker than the road into getting to where I want to be, but it might be a bit wet and soggy, and the fog is still with us. The wind's got up a little bit, and it's been drizzling, which is why I haven't been doing that much filming, but I'm just hopeful that it's going to clear up. Just talking to a guy who reliably tells me it's going to clear by about 1 o'clock, which is about another hour, an hour and a half, so we'll just see what happens now. It's not far off 3 o'clock now, and I'm still working my way through these roads and a lot of fields and stuff like that, trying to keep losing the coastal path. It's so badly marked, honestly. I've walked right across 2 fields absolutely full of sheep to come to a complete dead end and electric fence, and yet it's marked clearly on the map that it's a public right of way. Still, I suppose it's a little bit frustrating when it's like this. Fortunately the drizzle stopped, because I used to even take my glasses off because I couldn't see where I was going, but it's suddenly warmed up, and I think there's a chance that this is all going to lift fairly quickly now. But it's a boring walk, not enjoyed 1 minute of it. The only good thing about it is it'll be another 15 miles knocked off the total to do, and I'm hoping when I get round this corner I'm going to hit the beach and I might find a cup of tea somewhere, or a cafe or pub or something, but there's not many people around today. There's hardly anybody, hardly any traffic. I spoke to 1 or 2 people this morning, but they were saying they're going to go back to the cottage because it was miserable. And we can't complain. We've had a really good run, and you're going to get days like this, but fortunately it's going to get better by the weekend. I know it's my birthday on Thursday and it's good forecast, and even better for Friday and Saturday. That's the Llandudno forecast. So I'm just hoping that tomorrow's a lot better than today. I've got quite an easy walk tomorrow. That's from Abersoch to Pwllheli, and that's only about 12 miles, but that should be quite interesting. And then on Wednesday, as I said before, Ray's coming. That's going to be a tough walk actually, but we'll manage. And then Thursday I'll work something out from Pwllheli further down, and I'll be ready to drive over to Llandudno on Friday, have a good day off and get myself completely cleaned up, buy myself some new clothes and get ready for my birthday. And I'm really looking forward to the party. Well, it's 5 o'clock now, and here I am at the top of the mountain. It's blowing a gale up here, and it's blowing the cloud over as well. and can't see a thing off the mountain now. The clouds sort of forming again, but I've reached the top, so I'll be going down the other side in 5 minutes. I'm just having a breather. Quite a big climb this, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this. This has made it much better, and I'm quite relieved that I've actually got something to show you now on YouTube. And pity we missed part of the morning, but you know, that's the way it goes. So here I go, heading for Abersoch. I've just come down the mountain near Porth Ceiriad, and I've met Alison here and
Peter
and Peter
and
Woody
the dog,
and Woody, and he's a lovely lad. He didn't want to know me though. He's been very patient. So what are you doing here then? Is this a regular thing for you?
We come every year. We're staying in a caravan site just on the hill above you.
Yes.
And we come for the first 2 weeks of the school holidays with the children every year. Yeah.
Very nice. It's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it? Really.
It is. It's beautiful indeed.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pity about that bit of fog this morning. It rather spoiled all my film work and everything.
Yeah.
I was walking on a road for about 10 miles. I didn't want to go anywhere near the mountain because it would have been quite dangerous.
No,
really.
that's it.
So where did you say you're from, Alison?
We're from the Ribble Valley in Lancashire.
Right. But originally from
Originally I'm from Huddersfield. I'm a West Yorkshire lass.
Right, okay, well it's lovely to speak to Yorkshire people. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not Yorkshire, I'm Lancashire.
I know.
Newtley Willows and Blackburn.
Yes, that's very nice. Yeah, well it's been a pleasure meeting you.
And
I mean, I know
it's
do you do much walking yourself then?
We do, yeah.
We do a lot where we are, where we come from.
Well, yeah, there's some...
And the Lake District, we do a lot up in the lakes as well, yeah.
And you take the kids and you get them into it?
Oh, well, 2 kids, 2 boys. This is Porth Ceiriad.
Right.
Like this beach here, it's lovely.
Right, that's lovely. Pleasure to meet you.
And you
Nice
too,
to meet you,
and
Jim.
good luck with the rest of your travels.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'll go and look out for you, definitely, Jim.
Well, you can do that any time now. I mean,
Brilliant.
if I make a suggestion, start with the high numbers and work down. Otherwise, you've got to go right through the story. But
right.
I think I'm on day 103 today, so I'll be putting that on tonight. I would think.
Right, brilliant. Well, we'll follow you.
We'll
Travels
follow you.
from here on in.
Thank you very much.
Good for you.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. Thank
Keep
you.
going.
Bye now. Bye. This is Joanna and Arabella, and you can't see it, but in the background we've got the Bear Grylls Island that I just mentioned. So what are you doing today? Are you just having a walk around, taking the dog for a walk, or is it a serious walk?
We're clearing our heads really, aren't we, today?
Yeah, it's actually the anniversary of my late partner's last birthday.
Right.
It was the day he was quite clearly starting to die, was this time.
Last year.
Last year, the 23rd of July, which was his birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
And he died on the 1st of August.
Oh,
so
that's a shame.
my head was a bit not quite
mushy, wasn't
No,
it?
well,
Mushy,
He
mushy, more mushy
definitely
than
needs
usual.
a bit of air to clear it.
Yes. Well, it's a good way of doing it. I mean, it's been a
Yes.
strange day today. I've walked from Aberdaron and it was really foggy this morning, first thing. And I didn't fancy going on the sort of higher ground because it was thick fog.
Yeah.
And it's not very well marked. The coast path markings
We were
just
saying this
completely
earlier,
disappear.
yes, that maybe we should download or get the owner's survey, the newest version, but certainly it's not shown on the old maps.
No.
And it's not always very well signposted either.
No.
But I've come from Bethesda this morning and I've gone through a variety of weather systems to get here.
Yes.
And yes, the fog was right, the mist was right down at Trevor
Yes.
on the hills there. But strange enough, it's very, very warm in Bethesda, which you find hard to believe.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but yes, we both do a lot of walking.
Right.
I was up on Moyle Vaban yesterday, and
We've always enjoyed walking,
Yeah.
haven't we?
We do.
Yeah, even
Excellent.
since I was saying to a friend when we moved to Birmingham when I think I was 7 and Joanna was 9,
Yeah.
something like that, and it was awful. We'd always lived in the country or on the
Yeah.
edge of villages, and then it was all these city streets, and we would just walk and walk until we were out of the city.
yes,
Yes.
I think
Even
about
as
that
little
now. I
girls,
think
the two
about
of us,
places
we
we've
just
been to.
walk.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
So you're not from this area then? Are you on holiday?
We live
or-
here,
We
You live here? Oh, that's
I
right.
live in Pwllheli.
Right.
and I live in Bethesda near Bangor.
All right.
So, yes, so-
Oh, that's
So I'm
right.
on the coastal path.
Yes.
Actually, in my house.
And I'm on the
It's
Slate Trail path.
just over
Right,
there, and
right.
you can't
With
see
you.
it. at the
Oh,
moment.
you can see them. You can see the island a little bit clearer now. Look.
Oh, you can, yes.
And you was telling me that he's applied for planning permission that they've turned down.
Yes, that's right, for Slipway.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
What a shame.
I think I can't remember what their reason was. They said
Yeah.
it was too dangerous or something.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and
Thank you, and enjoy
I seriously didn't mean to upset you, and I don't know. I was
You
thinking
don't
about.
upset her that easily.
No, I think I did.
She
and
won't
I-
let me forget it either.
I-
I'm a well-preserved 95-year-old.
Well, yes, that's what I was just calculating. Now, but I'm 70 as well, so I was thinking, oh no, what have I done? No, I'm really.
You're very tanned, and you obviously, so you're doing the whole of Britain.
Where did you
Yep.
start?
I started. I keep getting mixed up. Could you just move a little bit closer together, if you wouldn't mind? That's better because I keep. I started from Grimsby, which is just the other side of the Humber from
Yeah.
Hull, which is
Yes.
where I'm originally from.
Ah!
Yes.
Hull. Have you got Hull
Yes,
connections?
we have. Well, we
Well,
know Hull, don't we?
Oh,
I
right.
lived in Hull for a little
In
while.
Hull, not Ezelred.
In very close to the Ezel Road.
Ezelred.
Yeah, road.
That's it.
Yeah, I remember some of the language. Fern calls.
Fair call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I bought a third Fircus. Yeah, but it's got language of all of its own. But I mean, I'm originally from Hull, but I haven't lived there for very long. I left there when I was 19. I've been back a few times, and my parents still lived in Hull. I mean, they're dead now. But yeah, I mean, I went through Hull on this walk, funnily enough, and of course last year it was the City of Culture.
It was. I was there. Yes, I went
And
there.
really, I've tidied it up. I was quite
Yeah,
impressed with it, to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah.
It was very
Yes, I thought it was much maligned because I hadn't been there.
I was intended to go, but with Colin dying, didn't make
Yeah,
it.
well, my best friend from school was dying. She was actually in Hull at the time, so I paid her a visit, and then she died.
right.
So yeah,
Well,
So-
that's amazing.
yeah.
Well-
So what do you do? You're a writer or what? Then you write about your adventures.
I'm
walking?
going to write about them. At the moment, this is combining two hobbies. I really like walking and I really like making videos, and I'll let you be the judge of what
So
you think of them.
yeah, okay.
They're all put together really nicely with some music on it and commentary and all that kind of stuff. It's not just, it's just not clips and what have you. It's
Oh, you
proper-
know how
it's
to
proper-
do this? That might be
proper-
useful. You never know.
Probably present well, and we've done other adventures. My wife and I,
Where is your wife? I see you wearing a ring.
she's
She's not toddling behind you.
No,
somewhere?
the reason we came back to this country, we lived abroad, was my 94-year-old father-in-law had a heart attack, and
Gosh,
so
where was he?
living in Grimsby,
Oh, right. So where were you before then?
Bulgaria. We lived in Bulgaria for 8 years,
Oh, that's where Angela did her
Yeah.
homeopathy.
and so he's okay. He's fine. He's making a recovery, but he's starting to. My wife's moved in with him now, so she says, "You go off on one of your walks," because we've done quite a lot of walking, her and I, and other adventures as well. and so
Which way have you gone?
anti-clockwise. I went from Hull to Berwick.
Across.
I was going to do
Berwick,
Scotland,
so-
but I changed my mind. I'm going to leave that until the end, and I went across to Carlisle, and I've been walking south ever since.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've covered a fair distance now.
About 1,100 miles now.
Yeah. In how long?
102 days.
It's written on your heart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Engraved. Each one.
Anyway, very
Okay.
nice to meet you. I'm
Thank
gagging
you.
for a cup of tea, and I've done
Yes, I understand. We'd
over
offer you
20
one if we
miles.
had any.
That's all right. I've done over 20 miles today already. It's surprising how far it is.
Yeah.
And what I tend to do is I do 20 miles, have a day off, 20 miles, have a day off. Like this is what I've been doing.
This is sensible.
Instead of 2 10s, I do 120, and then you get a day off, and you get a chance to look at a place. You get properly rested up. You eat properly.
You need to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You sleep
It's
properly.
important.
Yeah.
Yes, when you've done a
Yeah.
long walk.
You can't do
Day off.
can't do 2
Where are you
20s.
staying tonight?
In my camper van. I've got my camper van with me.
Oh,
I drive it from A to B, and then get a bus back from B to A, and then I
Oh,
walk
yes,
from A to B.
that's ingenious. Where's your
Um,
camper van then?
So I've got it's now in Abersoch.
Oh, yes,
I
yes,
parked up in
right.
Abersoch, and I've got a bus to Aberdaron, one of the coastal buses.
Yeah.
And that's a
yes,
good
they're
system
great
there.
they are.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
brilliant.
yes.
All right, ladies, thank you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday for next
lovely
week.
to meet you and see you.
And
you,
yes.
I do apologise. It's just gone 8:30, and that was some walk, wasn't it? Over 10 hours. But on saying that, I've just checked my Fitbit, and I've done over 47,000 steps today, which tells you a lot, really. It started badly with the fog and stuff, but the last half, thought was great. Really enjoyed it. Some steep climbs, but some stunning scenery again. Met some nice people in the end. So it's been another successful day. Now I need to make a decision on what I'm going to do tomorrow. And it's either walk to Pwllheli or have a well-deserved day off, ready for when Ray comes on Wednesday, so I'll be fit and active, but I'll make that decision in the morning. I'll see how I feel. It takes it out of you doing more than 20 miles, and I've probably done about 22, something like that. And so I'm not ashamed to say I'll be probably quite knackered tomorrow, and I've got loads of editing to do, which is a really good excuse.